What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And the volatile college football head coaching position continues. We got another firing. You probably already know. LSU has decided to part ways with Brian Kelly. We're going to talk about that and what's next for some of these programs looking for a new coach. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the YouTube channels. If you have not already done so, those channels are Kendrick Sports Hustle as well as TFG Sports Media. Well, this past Saturday night after the Tigers put up a unimpressive showing at home versus the Aggies, they took the L 49-25. There was a lot of rumblings that probably was Brian Kelly's last game as the head coach of those LSU Tigers, and lo and behold, it was on Sunday. They decided to pull the plug, that is LSU higher-ups, and some fans said it was long overdue. Now, with the firing of Brian Kelly, he is owed $54 million in his buyout. Now, according to reports, LSU is still negotiating a figure, so it may not be as high as $54 million, but that is what he is owed after being let go. Now, Kelly, who's 64, and I think he celebrated a birthday on Saturday, go figure. He ended up being 34-14 in 4 seasons in Baton Rouge. He had lost 3 of his last 4 games, all in the SEC this season. But his tenure started pretty good there. He did win the SEC West Division in his first year, but then it all kind of leveled out and went all downhill. He was 8-4 in 2024, included 3 straight double-digit losses to Texas A&M, Alabama, and Florida. Now, this season, the LSU Tigers ranked in the lower half in a whole lot of categories as far as FBS. They ranked 82nd in scoring offense, 96th in total offense, and 122nd in passing offense. So again, Brian Kelly, he's out as the LSU head coach. Again, they're looking to work a buyout for him. Again, is at $54 million, which would be the second highest ever. First on the list is obviously Jimbo Fisher when the A&M Aggies decided to go another route, and I think his buyout was $75 million. So what's next for the LSU Tigers? Who is on their radar to become the next head coach? Good question. Don't know. I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot of names floating around. Don't be surprised to hear Coach Prime name come up. Not necessarily for this position, but the one in Florida, where they fired Billy Napier a couple of weeks ago, and possibly Florida State. Mike Norvell, he may be teetering on not being able to come back. So LSU, very attractive job. SEC, LSU Tigers football. Brian Kelly just didn't seem to ever fit. I don't think he ever fit this program. It never looked like he was in a good place. The lack of the transfer portal, they finally got into that his last year. They were able to get some transfers in, and then the NIL. From what I was reading, they was trying to get in a better position when it comes to the name, image, and likeness situation. So again, Brian Kelly is out. Some names are probably going to be floating out there. You're probably going to hear a lot of these hotshot young offensive coordinators at different schools, possibly maybe taking, be interviewed for the LSU Tigers position, as well as others. There's a name that probably is going to be coming up that's going to be talked about is Jeff Traylor, who's at UT San Antonio. My East Texas people know him very well. He coached at Gilmore High School in East Texas, won a couple of state championships. So don't be surprised to hear Jeff Traylor's name comes up with some of these head coaching open positions. And speaking of which, we got a whole lot of them. Speaking of which, guess it's like 10 of them that's been fired thus far. Let's start. Let's give you the list. Billy Napier at Florida, James Franklin at Penn State, Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State, Sam Pittman at Arkansas, Deshaun Foster at UCLA, Jay Norvell at Colorado State, Brent Pry at Virginia Tech, Trent Bray at Oregon State, Trent Dilfer at UAB. All those coaches have been fired this college football season, and we are heading into the 10th week, and all of them are owed some money too. Speaking of which, this is how much money is owed to all these FBS head coaches that's been fired. $167.7 million is owed to all of these head coaches on the list with James Franklin and Brian Kelly sitting at the top of the list with the most money owed. So don't ever think that these universities, colleges and universities ain't got no money to pay. And I said ain't got, and I know that ain't the correct way to say it, but they got it. And so I don't want to ever hear nobody rumbling about players wanting to get name, image, and likeness and want to get paid. Because these coaches are making money hand over fist even when they aren't winning national titles. And they also getting asked to leave, and they're leaving with a truckload of cheddar, paper, money. That's my thought. So again, LSU, very attractive job, as well as some of these others I mentioned: Florida, Penn State, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, UCLA. There's going to be some coaches, probably be some retreads that we'll probably see at some of these positions. I wonder, will anybody try to go after Nick Saban? LSU, which we all know Nick Saban, he coached there before. So, wonder would Nick Saban's name be on any of this list? Probably so. Like to know what you guys think about all the college football head coaching firings. Who do you think? Who's the hottest name out there that's going to end up in some of these programs? Talk to me in the comments. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.